All right, guys, what's up? I usually try to hit these workouts on Friday and then kind of make a little bit of a video, a little bit of like kind of strategy, tips and tricks stuff and kind of get that out to you. So we'll do that here and now. 19.1 today is really just work. It's not a lot of strategy. It's not a lot of, stuff that you're gonna need to kind of sit out and think about a lot. Really what it is getting in the seat, right? Getting under the ball and just kind of working. So keep that in mind. I think you guys are all prepared. Been doing a lot of stuff like this over the past few months, so I wouldn't come into it with a lot of anxiety. I felt like I hit it hard today. I didn't feel horrible afterwards. I think if you want to retest this, you can probably hit the workout, hop on the bike, ride real slow for 4 or 5, maybe even 10 minutes, stretch a little bit and be good for a retest. So we'll talk a little bit of strategy here. We got an AMRAP, 15 minutes. That means we're going to have to pace it out a little bit, right? For most of us, you're going to have to kind of strategize in the sense that you're probably going to run out of energy before you run out of time, right? If this is a 5-minute AMRAP, we just go wide open. So what I would say is kind of break this into 5-minute increments. Your first 5, you're just kind of feeling things out, sticking to your game plan. The next 5, you know a little bit more about the workout. You can kind of gauge how you feel. And then I would say, depending on your fitness level, right? Around minute 4 to 2. So when we have like 2 to 4 minutes left, really turn it on. If you feel like your conditioning is good, you feel like you've been pacing really well, when you get to 4 minutes left, let's just go wide open. If you start off a little hot, you're a little gassed, wait till about that 2-minute mark, and we'll take off, hit it hard. Let's go over here for the wall balls real fast. So we have 19 wall balls, 19 calorie a row. Some of you guys want to break this up. I would always suggest that break it up early if you need to, right? And then we kind of go from there. If you know your capacity for wall balls, you're shooting for like 6, rounds somewhere in there, 6 times 19. It's not that many. Maybe you can go unbroken. If you are going to break these up, let's go over here. If you are going to break these up, kind of suggesting this a little bit, right? So we have 2 options. We can throw our ball, let it hit the ground. I would say this from experience, right? So I hit this earlier today. A few times I would kind of catch my ball, right, on the way down. I'd throw, kind of settle it in, let it hit the ground and go to the rower. A couple times I didn't, and sometimes your ball take a wild bounce, right? So you might throw this thing up, it might hit, you don't know where it's gonna go. Say it rolls to the side, then you're coming back to it, you're having to grab your ball. I would kind of control it down. If you let it hit the ground, right, you're taking a short rest, remember that you can't just pick your ball up and throw it. You have to pick it up, drop into that squat below parallel and throw it. So if you're somebody who thinks that you're gonna break up your wall balls, but you're still gonna keep the pace high, what I would suggest is this. We'll throw, catch that last one. We can come in here, rest a little bit. I'm breathing. Because I have the ball kind of jammed here between myself and the wall, I'm more likely to take a shorter rest and go ahead and get back on, right? So that's a good little tip there. As far as breaking up these wall balls, I would say if you're feeling good, unbroken. If you want to break them up early on, then maybe switch to unbroken. Early on, I would go for something like 11 and 8, right? Do the majority of the work here. It's easier to get back on the ball when you have less work on here. If you think that wall balls are just really not your jam and you're going to have to break it up for 3, I guess we would go 7, 6, 6. It's going to be a pretty good way to do things there. Pretty sure that's 19, so that would go for there. Let's talk about the rower real quick and we'll let you go. On the rower, we do this a lot. You guys have been rowing a ton lately. You should be fine. Your judge will reset your rower for you every time. Let's come over here real quick. As far as getting in the rower, so I didn't strap in for this, and I feel like it worked out pretty good. So what I did was kind of set it up to where I could kind of slip my feet in and out without having to think about it too much. So remember that the only reason I really need my straps tight, right, is because when I'm extended, it kind of pulls me back in. But if I have a little slack in them, right, I'm still gonna be able to use my feet to get myself back to the rower. So if it slows you down a little bit, that's probably good. If you feel like you must strap in, right, when you strap in, when it's time to get out, I would just take my thumbs, push them to the outside, lift your toes, and then you can kind of up and out, right? We talk about that in class a lot. So I went for a method where I would kind of have it partially strapped, enough slack where without thinking about it, I can come in, come out. So because your rower's starting dead, right, you gotta kind of get it spooled up. You know how that is. Usually that's a little bit tough, takes a couple pulls. So what you can do is you sit down, pop in, reach forward, grab. We can go quarter, half, full, and get that spooled up. So again, I grab my handle, I'm going quarter, half, and then a full pull. Now my rower's spooled up, right? I can settle in and make those pulls. Remember to stay nice and upright and drive through your legs and then finish with your arms, right? Again, guys, this is just work. Be sure that you do go below parallel. Be mindful of your depth, right? Your judge is gonna be there. I got no rep today, it's no big deal. Don't argue with your judge, right? Don't be that person. Just figure out what you did wrong, pick it up, and stay rolling. Better to slow things down a little bit and have all your reps count than to rush and get a lot of no reps. So I think it's gonna be a great day tomorrow. Gym is gonna be open 8:30, even a little bit before. You guys can show up. We'll do first come, first serve on the heats. It's how we've got to do it. You know, try to help each other out. If somebody's got to hit the road, we'll try to get them to heat 1 or heat 2. 9 o'clock, we're meeting at the board. We're talking about standards, going through all that for the judges. I'd say 9, 10, right? We're gonna have heats of 9 people rolled out, and we'll stay rolling. We'll probably have about a 4-minute transition in between workouts, right? So if we start heat 1 at 9:10, that workout's over at what, 9:25? By 9:29, right, 9:30, we're starting heat 2. So it's gonna be a good day. Please don't be anxious. We got lucky with this one. You're absolutely prepared. If this is not your jam, don't worry about it. We got 4 more weeks. So hope to see you all tomorrow. Good luck.